Hello, everyone. I'm glad my head is not cut off because a little screen that they show me that I'm about to go live says my head is cut off. So I'm glad to see that. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. If you don't know me, I'm Twanna Carter, a career transition coach, and I help professional women overcome that doubt and anxiety that can come from shifting into a new career, and I do that by helping them to recognize and communicate their unique value and by instilling a deep sense of belief in their own strengths and abilities so that they can confidently and courageously create success on their own terms and land the dream job of their career. So I see that you're hopping on. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. And so just drop a one in the comments if you can hear me, and I like to just zoom over to where I am streaming live to be sure that it's going live and you can actually hear me because, like I said before, I have actually done this. Forgot to turn on the sound. Oops. So mistakes happen. I didn't do the whole entire video without sound, but almost a minute there. But it is what it is. So today, I am talking about personal branding, right? 5 reasons why you should be concerned about your personal branding, and why you should be using personal branding to advance your career. And so for some folks, this is a little different, right? Because some of you are used to branding when it comes to a business. We know that business is brand, but actually, you can have a personal brand, and well, you should, right? If you want to truly advance your career, especially nowadays when we're all expected to actually manage our own career paths. Back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, most of the 80s into the 2000s, you could walk in a job doing XYZ job, and you get to your employer and they say, here is a career path for you, and it was all laid out for you. More and more employers are, we're seeing with the 21st century, that is being shifted to the employee versus the employer. You know, it was expected, if you started working in 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that you were going to work for that employer pretty much your whole life. I mean, there are people who've been there 35 years, 25 years, 40 years even. That's kind of going away. You can expect now the folks going to the career world now, you can actually expect to have about five, major transitions, right? About five or so. And that's not unusual. So how do you manage that? You manage that by personal branding. It's your personal branding, something you should be doing, right? So that's what I'm here to talk about today. Like, what is this personal branding? How do I do it? Why is it important? So, what exactly is branding? Well, the simplest way to define branding is branding is making your name memorable or distinctive in a good way. Some folks have memorable names or they do that. It's distinctive, but it's not necessarily in a good way. So you want to stay away from that, and you want it memorable, distinctive for good reasons. What I mean by bad branding? Well, Chi-Chi's. How many folks can go out and eat at Chi-Chi's restaurant? Raise your hand. Anybody got a Chi-Chi's restaurant where you are? Can you go out and eat at Chi-Chi's? The answer is no, because they had the hepatitis or whatever bug that was in their food. And at one point, they were like, one person pays for lunch, we'll give you two free. They were doing everything they could to get people back into their restaurant to eat. It didn't work. So when we say memorable, right, and distinctive, we want good things memorable and distinctive, not bad, right? And so really personal branding requires a deep understanding of who you are and what value you have to offer. Now, if you listen to me enough, you understand that with my V.I.P career transition services, I'm all about helping professional women understand their value because that's your currency with your next potential employer. It's your currency with your current employer, and it's also your currency with that next employer. So you can see how personal branding and value all goes in hand to advance your career. You know, if I were to say to you, Disney, Versace, Verizon, each of those brands, they have their own unique story to tell, right? They got a story to tell. And those stories are told in their own words and each with its own tone and personality. When you see Versace, you know what that name means. When you hear Verizon, can you hear me now? You know, that used to be their thing. You know, McDonald's, Mickey D, the Golden Arches, Disney, Walt Disney, the Mouse. All of that's branding, and around that branding, their stories told. When it comes to your personal branding, it's really no different. It's no different. Your personal brand is your own story. It's how you want others to perceive and remember you. It's how others think of you when they, when they aren't thinking of you, how they think of you. One of the things you probably know, and I was talking to a client about an hour or so ago. She's like, "You love purple." I do. So you kind of know my brand. You know, if I get someone that says, "I looked at a couple of places online. Can you tell me which one is you?" I always go with the purple one because everything about me is purple. Actually, it's been my favorite color since I was 10. So there you have it. I have two businesses and they're both branded purple. But that's part of my branding. So when you think purple, you think of me. You see on in the background there, I have a purple jacket. And I've been told, that's unprofessional to have a purple jacket. It's my branding. I like it. My clients like it. So I roll with it. Right? And so, one of the most important parts of getting a new job is being able to really sell yourself. Now, some folks may say sell yourself sounds a little bit weird if you're not a salesperson, but we all do. Here's the thing, everybody sells. Now, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I said I was never going to be a business owner, never be in entrepreneurship, because I didn't sell. I didn't know how to sell. I was like, I'll never be in businesses, and now I own two. The thing is, everybody sells. You do. If you and hubby want to go out to eat and you really want to go to Outback and he wants to go to Olive Garden, you're going to sell him on why he should go to Outback versus Olive Garden, right? If the kiddos want to go to Disney World versus Opryland, they're going to sell you on why you should be going to Disney World versus Opryland. So we all actually sell. We just don't necessarily recognize that as selling, but it is. But it's what you're doing. You are selling when you're going to an interview for a new job or you're speaking with your supervisor about a promotion. You're selling, right? You are the product. The product is not coffee, it's not a purse, it's not a designer purse or a car. The product is you. You are the product, and that's what you're doing when you sell yourself. So, personal branding is just one of the most effective business strategies to stand out in today's market. Business meaning, the world of work, because most of us work. There are many of you that do work for nonprofits, but personal branding is still very effective, right? Personal branding is going to allow you to showcase your strengths and really tap into new folks who may not necessarily know you, and it increases your visibility. And for those of you that are in my VIP career confidence, you know that VIP actually stands for visible implementation in prosperity. So when you're doing personal branding, you are increasing your visibility, right? So I have someone in the Facebook group that says, "I'll catch the replay." All right, Brittany. Brittany says she'll catch the replay later on. I just want to check over on LinkedIn to see if you have comments or questions, feel free to drop them in there. I'm going to pop on YouTube as well because I am streaming there as well. I do want to say welcome everybody. And for those of you that do actually catch the replay, yeah, go ahead and drop hashtag replay and let me know you caught it. Now I want to, yeah, I want to mute this before I'm talking and I'm talking double at the same time. So yes, there we go. So yes, so we were talking about branding, right? Personal branding. It's about showcasing your strengths. It's about tapping the folks who may or may not know you and increasing visibility. You really can leverage your brand to grow your reputation and share value, show what your value is, right? without having someone else do it for you. Oftentimes, big corporations, just to have a brand, and they'll hire someone to leverage their branding. But for you, you're leveraging your own brand. And you're also, of course, your network does help you to leverage your brand as well, right? So there we go. So really the concept of personal branding has really been around for a really long time. People have been building their personal professional brands based on their skills and talents all along. But the idea of personal branding, it really is to build a brand that's firmly associated with who you are and what you stand for as an individual, not your company, not your group, right? And we're talking personal branding for those folks who are, seeking employment with someone else. For those of us that are in business, we know that, oftentimes we can brand ourselves personally or we can brand business. And if you're smart, you do one in the same, right? So when we're talking about personal branding, people generally are referring to your skills and your abilities as well as your reputation. Your reputation is important. Again, I say Chi-Chi's, how many people want to eat at Chi-Chi's after that big, brouhaha they had about, the hepatitis. I think it was hepatitis in food, right? Really, the way that you present yourself to the world or your image also plays a big role in your personal brand. And oftentimes, your brand can be associated with the kind of work you do and the quality. Those are the two most important things. What do you do, kind of work you're doing, and the quality of that work. There was a time when things said made in Japan, people left it on the shelf. It was a joke. It meant cheap. It meant liable to break down. It just meant inexpensive, not quality oriented. I know a lot of you, it's like well before your time, but there used to be a time made in Japan was a bad thing. You left it where it was. There was no quality, right? And then when Japan started doing total quality management, now, we look at things made in Japan as having a lot of quality, and folks will sometimes buy that over other things. So it really is about managing what you do, the kind of work you do, and the quality when we're talking about personal branding. Now, if you're particularly good at what you do, people may acknowledge your skill set through word of mouth, and before you know it, you'll be known for your expertise in a particular field. But you want to be careful because you want to be known for your expertise. And why am I pointing that out? I'll take myself, right? I was always told on different jobs, starting out and in between about mid-career. You're so responsible, Twanna. You're so dependable. We can really trust you to get the job done. Really, just, oh my God, if I need anything done, I know I can come to you. The problem with that was there were no promotions with that. What typically happened is I got extra work for the same pay. So, my mindset, I'm dependable and I'm trustworthy and I'm responsible, but I got more work without promotions. My name was not dropped in a hat for promotions. So it's more than just being known for something. You really want to control that narration. As I coach my ladies, no one else should ever be defining your value. That is your job to do that. It's your job to control your narrative by what? Personal branding, right? Because the thing is, so what if you're responsible and you're trustworthy and dependable, but you're also not known for expertise? And don't get me wrong, it's, yes, reliable, responsible, dependable are great things, but you want to have that expertise in there, or else you'll be the person who's always trusted and dependable to train the new VP, the new director, the new managers. You'll be always in that workplace training folks who move up to assume those higher positions, and you're still at the same place. And I know for a lot of women, especially a lot of women of color, that's where we feel stuck in the workplace. We're knowledgeable, we know the walk, we know the talk, but we seem to always be training folks who go on to be that new manager, that new VP, that new director, and what have you. The thing is you got to be known. You want a reputation, yes, but you have to be known for your expertise as well. That's where personal branding comes in. Because again, I can tell you, I've experienced it. Being known for reputation, being dependable, responsible, it will not necessarily get you promotions. It just doesn't. You need both. expertise, and you need that reputation, right? And so, I know that, if you're like me, you want to be known for more than being dependable and dependably training your new boss, your new VP, your new president. It's happened. I know lots of folks that train their new bosses, and they're still stuck. Like, I don't understand why I can't do this, and why I'm not. Why I am not the one. Expertise, reputation, personal branding. Right? And so, why should you focus on building your personal brand? I'm going to give you 5 solid reasons why focusing on your own personal brand could really advance your career. So, number one is clarity. Personal branding helps you get clarity to your purpose and your focus, so they come together. Because if you're kind of all over the map, and I had that issue, I'm like a jack of all trades. The difference is that give me 4 to 6 months and I can learn it. I can do it well. And so you kind of get to be a jack of all trades. You need that clarity, so when people are recommending you or they're considering you, they understand what you want, right? And so personal branding will help you get that clarity. Number two, you can promote yourself. Now, some of us that have anxiety, or my introverts out there, if you're an introvert or you have anxiety, you feel comfortable, drop that in the chats, right? Self promoting can be really difficult. It can be really difficult when you have anxiety, especially if you're like me, you got social anxiety. Self promotion can be difficult, but building a brand can be a bit more comfortable, and you feel like without feeling like you got to run around and beat on your chest. I'm here, look at me, I can do XYZ, I can do this. You can allow that personal brand to speak for you. Again, it's representing you. It's just what it sounds, exactly what it sounds like. You promoting yourself by building a strong personal brand. Lots of ways that you can do this. And like I said, some of us have anxiety. You can do this virtually. You don't just have to do it in person, but you can do it virtually. Like making sure your LinkedIn account profile is kept up to date and it's showcasing your experience. What are you good at? Your LinkedIn profile should be showcasing that. You can do it on any social media. If Twitter is your thing, if Facebook is your thing, or Instagram is your thing, you can also do it there. These platforms have a personal page, and then they have a professional account as well. So you actually can build your personal brand online, right? You can also share interesting content. What project are you working on? Are you like me? You like to read the research, read the articles, that kind of thing. Well, publish those things out, put them out so people know you, giving great information, right? These are things that interest you professionally. Whatever method you use, promoting yourself means promoting your career. It's a win-win situation for everybody involved. A well-promoted individual is more likely to get noticed by employers for new job offers and opportunities for advancement. If you're the one that's always putting out the new research, you're saving folks time to go out and see what the new research is this month. And if you're also putting it out and summarizing it, bringing out those key points, people love that, right? You're saving them time and money. So, number three is you're demonstrating credibility. Again, dependable, trustworthy, yes. Your online presence can also, demonstrate your credibilities as well as your in person, because we're going back into the workplace. And so, in person is just as important online, right? Because it shows what you're doing, with your time and what kind of person you are, what kind of professional, settings you operate in. And really, folks, a well crafted personal brand shows that you're trustworthy and knowledgeable in your field. Remember, you want that expertise as well as that trustworthiness, right? That builds credibility with your peers and your employers. And of course, those of us in business, though, it also builds credibility with your customers, right? Yeah. Number four, building a personal brand helps to grow your network. When you put yourself out there on social media, you'd be surprised at the people you meet who have very similar interests, or who work on some of the same things that you do. Well, why would you do that? Again, personal branding is being known for your professional expertise as well as your trustworthiness. It's a way to have your personal branding is a way to have your network know you, represent you. And so when your network is out, like, yeah, they may meet someone says, we're looking for a person who can do X, Y, Z. They go, hey, I know someone. Yeah. Because they know your personal brand and they know what you're looking for. Right. And then number five is it helps you feel self-confident, right? When you're confident in your abilities, we call that self-efficacy. You believe you can do what you say you can do. You believe what you can do based on your personal branding. It's like a win-win-win situation because your confidence starts to build, right? You show up as authentic. You know your value and you're putting your value into your personal branding. So the folks that recognize their personal branding, they know you and they know your value. And again, your value is what you promote to that new employer. Because if you have no value, why hire someone with no value? Why would you do that? No, employers want to hire someone with value. And when you're personally branded with your value, with the trustworthy and the expertise, again, win, win, win. You know, personal branding is actually one of the prominent units in the visible level of my VIP career confidence program. Again, that VIP just doesn't mean very important person. We're all that, right? But it's talking about visibility. And with personal branding, you get visible so that people see you. And that's the first level of my VIP career confidence program. And it goes on, we do implementation, and we talk about prosperity. And this program is for those folks who are ready to 10x where you are, right? Yes, you've got this career, maybe not struggling in this particular, this environment, if it's toxic or you're a brand new manager, you're brand new to this company, you just feel like you're not quite as visible as you like to be. That's the reason why I created this program. It's about 10xing where you are, or even 10xing you know what you want to do and you've looked out and you want to do that personal branding to get there, right? So if that sounds like you, this really resonating with you, or you know that you need to work on your personal branding because you don't quite understand your value and don't know how to 10x your career to take it to that next level. Now, all my chats for this week have been filled, but I do have a free 15-minute career consultation and it opens up next Wednesday. And you can actually, gonna drop a link. You can actually sign up here. Like I said, everything this week has been filled up, but no worries, right? No worries at all because I got you covered. You can actually, the link is on the screen as well as I'll drop it in the comments of each place that this is live streaming. And again, this 15-minute chat is just a short chat for us to get to know each other. Do we actually click? I'm really picky about who comes on with my programs, especially with the VIP Career Confidence program, because it's a 6-month long program. And I actually added 4 additional sessions to it. So you actually get 18 sessions with this. That's a long time to work with someone. So I am really picky about who I work with, who I bring on. And we do need to click because you need to click with your coach, especially when you're talking about 10x and you don't want to be in conflict with your coach. So this gives us a chance with the 15-minute career chat to find out if we click and really where you are and where you like to go. If we do click, then I come back and I offer you a 45-minute to 60-minute free consultation. That's the deep dive. And that's where the magic starts, right? So if this resonates with you, do set up that, click that link and set up your appointment. Again, everything's full to next Wednesday. I have some appointments next Wednesday, next Thursday. You want to hop in there before those fill up. And so if this really helped you, if you have a better understanding of personal branding, drop personal branding in the comments and let me know because I do want to be sure I'm bringing you the value. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching. And I want to be sure that you're getting the value that you need. And if there's something else that you would like to be discussed, you want me to expound on it, teach about that, do a live on it, drop that in the comments too, right? I love listening to my audience. I need to bring that back. Every Friday I used to do questions. It was just open topic. I was like, I don't know, what do you want to talk about? That's what we'll talk about. I might have to start doing that again. And that's where my clients and potential clients and just folks listening in to me, where they tell me what they want to hear, and then we come on and we chat about it, right? Sounds like a plan? I think it does. I'm gonna have to look back, bring it back Open Topic Friday. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time, and I will see you next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat place.